you think about Alabama, you think about Montgomery, you might think about Birmingham, but people sometimes forget about Mobile, but it's really a large city. We have in Mobile County schools, we have 92 schools. And in that 92 schools, we have about 54,000 students.
Mobile County Public School System is the largest school district in the state of Alabama. We encompass over 1,600 square miles. There are 12 high schools within our district. Some are rural, some are urban, some are suburban. So we have a big mix of students. Our student population varies so much.
We have a lot of diversity in our city, in our county. We've got the affluent, we've got the economically disadvantaged, we've got a wide range. You've got all races, ethnicities, we've got it all.
Our teachers are so dedicated and so determined to student growth and achievement. We also have a mix of teachers. We have traditional teachers, we have non-traditional, alternate certificate teachers, even teachers that are on an emergency certificate. So Mobile is this big mixing pot of all the things. Within Mobile County, we do have a lot of Title I schools, and we have a lot of schools that students are missing a lot of prerequisites. And this is all pre-COVID. Then when the pandemic hit, COVID hit, instruction took a little bit of a backseat. Everyone was just trying to figure things out together and feel their way through this whole new world that was created. Then post-COVID, students came back into the classroom. We recognized the lack of prerequisites, the lack of number sense, the lack of applications. So those were a lot of the difficulties that we were facing as a collective whole within the district. So what we did, we sat down and collectively we came up with a mission statement, a vision statement for Mobile County Public School Math Department.
And so our mission in math was to cultivate critical thinkers who become effective problem solvers. Now, notice in that I didn't put math because, yes, our goal in math is to make sure that students can crunch numbers and think and all that stuff. But at the end of the day, problem solving is not just a math skill, it's an everyday skill. And the math class is the class to teach you how to problem solve, how to have an issue and get to a solution.
We wanted those students to build back up the math level that we knew that they could achieve. And we also really wanted to give them number sense. That's so important. We live in a world where numbers are all around us, whether we recognize that or not. And we wanted to make sure that we were providing that number sense to students for when we send them out into the world. We want them to be prepared and we want them to succeed.
So in order for me to be effective in my job, I have to be informed. And so I was thinking about ways in which I could be informed. So now I'm alluding to the common formative assessments. So how can I know what the students are doing, how they're doing along the way before we get to that part, until we get to a state assessment? So my curriculum specialist had already put some effort into doing some common formative assessments.
We used enVision at the district level was to push out common formative assessments. So what we did was we created these common formative assessments within Savvas. And what it did was it helped us make sure that our students are on pace to finish the curriculum in time, as well as gave us valuable information on where our students currently are, where they stand. And again, just with the vast reports, there are so many different ways that you can pull a report. That was so beneficial and helpful for me to help teachers drive their instruction. So that was the common formative assessments.
When we first adopted Savvas for our curriculum, teachers, where's the old stuff? And so when our state standards changed, we changed our textbooks, and those textbooks meet our standards. That's why I always tell teachers to use the curriculum provided because it meets the standards.
One thing that we always do is we give teachers the credit that's due to them. They are the experts within their classroom. So always giving them some autonomy, but we do have a shared vision. So what we did was we showed them the ins and the outs of Savvas, and we tasked them with selecting what it was that they enjoyed the most about Savvas enVision, and we asked to see that within their classes. There was a few non-negotiables, but for the most part, we made sure that we supported the teachers and really showed them all of the things that enVision was capable of doing, and then giving them the freedom to apply it appropriately within their classroom.
I give a shout out to one of our schools, and it's kind of like a miracle story. They did not use it very well, and as a result, they saw a dip in test scores. Then the next year they revamped, they used it, they became the #1 user in the district for using Savvas. Year 4 of using it, we've got more teachers using it, more comfortable with it. And that's what it was all about, them being comfortable with the program. Our students can only be successful if their teachers are successful. So that's why that strategic professional development is important to me as well.
Professional development is critical for anything in life. We want to make sure that we are supporting you along your journey of usage. So we would have school-specific PD days, we would have district-wide PD days, and also I put together a Savvas, we called it the Savvas Leadership Academy. And what that was we kind of cherry-picked a couple of teachers across the district. We wanted to get one from each high school, and we wanted to give them a more in-depth Savvas training. We had some great trainers come out and really show a lot of those lead teachers some great resources and great tools that they can take back to their schools.
I don't like for it to just be that one PD and then, that's it. And, I want it to be an overtime thing we're developing. We want to make sure that it's something that's sustainable. So each time we meet, we talk about the last session and move on to something else. So we build it. I want to make sure that the things that we put in place, those to make our students more successful, that you have the tool that you need to be successful. Over the past several years, we have seen some great growth.
The growth that we have seen because of enVision is we have seen our students so much more confident when it comes to application problems and word problems. There is a portion of the practice problems in every single lesson that is specifically tied to ACT and SAT style questions. That has been so beneficial. And we have started to see that carry over to our standardized test scores. Students are now able to conquer a lot of those word problems and application problems. Seeing students just feeling more comfortable and confident to even begin working some of those problems. I really attribute a lot of that to enVision.
Our students can problem solve. They're effective problem solvers. They can think about what they're doing and get to a solution.